I think the last week's been good. I think we're anxious to play somebody else after these practices and see where we stand. We'll have a lot of information after tonight and after this week. But playing a heck of a team, and they challenge you in so many different ways that this will be really good for us.
You said during the long preseason, one of the things you said was that one of your challenges will be to get Terry as many minutes off the bench as possible. How do you think about using him in different types of roles, and being out there with Kyrie, letting Kyrie play off the ball,
of course.
all that stuff?
Yeah, or Terry off the ball. I think that certainly we're not going to play just a starting unit together and just a bench unit together. We'll rotate those guys so that they're sharing the court at a lot of different times. And, I think Terry's a guy that can change the complexion of a game with his energy, his skill, his mindset and everything else. So I think that, one of the challenges will be making sure that we find those right times for those right guys. And, we've got an idea how we want to do it tonight, and we'll go from there.
What kind of energy do you expect on defense, Brad, with it being opening night? Do you expect maybe because we'll be a little more fired up in the building?
If you play anything less than your best energy-wise defensively, you get sliced up. And that's tonight, every night in the NBA. Certainly these guys were one of the best offenses in the league, so you don't play hard, you're toast. So one of the things that we have to do every night is take pride in giving that everything we've got. With our depth, there's no excuse not to.
Speaking of the Sixers, how much do you go back to the drawing board knowing it's a new season, some new elements, versus having played them in the postseason?
Well, I mean, we've played them so many times. One of the very few coaches that is still there, right, since I first came here. And so we played each other in the preseason multiple years, and then last year in the postseason. So they're ever evolving. I think Brett is one of the most creative coaches in the league on both sides of the ball. So they'll have new stuff in that they didn't do in the preseason, but they have a way of playing, and they have guys that consistently do what they do. So you got to do your best to make that as difficult as possible, and then hope to play well. But they make it tough.
Do you think it's good for the NBA to have the Celtics, Sixers rivalry heat up again?
Well, I'm sure it is. I don't know that my friends in Indianapolis are all that excited about it, but but I think when you're in the East and when you're in Boston and Philly and the history of the Boston and Philly rivalry, and you certainly all the great games that have been played, it's exciting for us that are involved in it for sure in these two cities, and hopefully the rest of the NBA and everybody that's an NBA fan can appreciate watching good basketball on both sides, and our job and our responsibility is to try to play that way.
Brad, are you concerned about the lack of three-point shooting? Will that just automatically translate?
The what?
The three-point shooting, kind of the struggles you had in preseason. I'm concerned that will be an issue in the regular season.
We just have to take good ones. We've missed more good ones in the preseason than we normally would based on all the numbers. So. As long as we're not taking ones that aren't good ones, I feel really good about it. And we've got a good shooting team. We've got a lot of skilled players. We're going to have our nights where we don't shoot it as well. Everybody has those. But we have good shooters on our roster.
Coach, what do you plan to say to Gordon, or have you said to him today? It's obviously going to be an emotional experience for him finally getting back after all the hard work he's put in.
Do your job on the first possession. Let everything else take care of itself.
You're really sentimental, aren't you?
I mean, because that's the only way to go about it. I know it's an emotional night. It's an emotional night for everybody. They get to play an NBA game again, and it's real. And Gordon's not the only one coming back that didn't play in the playoffs. Kyrie didn't play in the playoffs. Daniel Tice didn't play in the playoffs. They've got guys that'll play that didn't play. Like, everybody's going to be jacked up and amped up about the game. So do your job well, all right? So that's one of the tasks that great teams are able to do, and so we'll try to focus on that. There will be a lot of energy. There will probably be some missed opportunities early because of that, but whichever team settles into that sooner rather than later will be in good shape.
Is it your job, Brad, not to put yourself in that category of people amped up because you've got to coach the team, or
You don't think I'm amped up?
It's hard to read sometimes.
No. I think we're all excited to start a new year. My job is to coach the team, so I try to prepare the best that I can. Sometimes it's a dud, sometimes it's, helpful. But at the end of the day, the longer you're in it, the more you just try to do your job as well as you can to be ready. We know it's game one. We know what the environment's going to be like. We also know we've got a long season ahead of us. Thank you.
Thanks, Brad.